What's up guys, Syiler here and I am back with another video, and Blizzard just got done giving us a massive info dump on Rise of Azshara patch 8.2, and overall the patch is looking pretty hype, a bunch of new zones, dungeons, mounts, bunch of cool stuff, so I'm really hyped for that. And it's gonna depend on how it plays out when we get our hands on the patch and also PTR. But from what they've said, it does look pretty promising. Now, if you want more information, go check out like Wowhead or MMO Champion, or some influencers were flowing out there as well, like T&E or Slootbag. So check out their streams and videos to get a bit more information on that. But there was one feature in particular I wanted to talk about now before we do get our hands on PTR next week, and that is the mount equipment. So this is going to be an item that you can apply to your mount journal, and it's going to give a perk to all of your mounts. Now, there was 3 that they shown off on the live stream, and they were all green items, so that might mean there's more items coming in the future. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they can do with this. There might be better rarity and stuff, you know, purple, blue, whatever. The ones that they're showing off, though, was the parachute, which when you get dismounted off your mount, you'll have a parachute that will stop you from taking fall damage. There was the Waterwalking, which is going to allow you to finally walk on all of your mounts across water. And then finally an anti-daze, so it's going to stop you from being knocked off your mount with a daze, which is great because honestly I get really frustrated when I get dazed. So all of those are pretty good baseline. There's one in particular that we need to talk about a bit more though, and that is the Waterwalking one, because that comes with a bit of an upside and a downside. Waterwalking has always been unique to the Water Striders. You know, you'd go and grind a Water Strider specifically to run across water, it made it special. But at this point, I am a bit sick of using my Water Strider. I mean, I have a bunch of cool mounts to use, but I mainly use the Water Strider because, you know, it can walk over water. It's way too convenient not to use. So I think it's had a good run, and, you know, it's about time that we were able to use all the other cool mounts. I mean, we could use the other cool mounts, but as I said, it's just way too inconvenient to not use the Water Strider. So with that being said, T&E did release a bit of information about that. And that's going to be that the Water Strider will lose its ability to walk across water now, and the only way it's going to be able to walk across water is by having that item equipped. So by default, Water Strider will not be able to walk over water anymore, but if you do have a Water Strider, you will get the Water Walking item for free. You'll get it baseline when 8.2 launches, and if you need to buy more, you'll be able to pick them up from the vendor that you got your mount for a bit cheaper. So, yeah, as I said, it comes with an upside and a bit of a downside, but even though it is a bit sad that these mounts are losing some of the things that made them special, it had a pretty good run, and as I said, I'm a little bit sick of seeing the Water Strider, so I don't mind too much. Now, one thing to consider as well is the things that these mounts might be able to do in the future, or not the the items. There's other mounts with special perks, like the Sky Golem, like the Yak, like the Longboy. I don't think it's going to go as far as like the Yak or the Longboy, but we could end up getting a perk that allows us to herb while on the mount, or we could get one that, you know, gives us maybe base mounting speed increase, or maybe a double jump on a bit of a cooldown. You get to double jump every minute or something, or maybe even a burst of speed. You get to, you know, press a button and you get like double speed for a short period of time while on your mount, and it has a bit of a long cooldown. Stuff like that could be really interesting for them to implement, or even one that goes a bit further and allows mounts that can't dive in the water and swim at full speed to be able to do that, or maybe the mounts that can't go on land can now go on land. So I like this system a lot because even though we've only seen 3 items so far, it has a lot of potential to kind of evolve and go further, which makes me pretty excited. So that's one thing I'm definitely going to be looking out for on the PTR, see how it goes and how far they're going to take it. A couple of other things were mentioned though from T&E, and that is the mounts that have a special perk like the Sky Golem won't benefit from the additional effects of these items. So if you have a Sky Golem and you equip the Water Walking item, your Sky Golem will only be able to pick up herbs. It'll still flop around in the water. So you can't have the best of both, you can only have either or. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well. But the vendor mounts, they're going to be fine. They're going to be able to walk on water or get anti-daze or whatever, because they don't have a unique ability in the same sense that the Sky Golem does. So those ones are fine. But things like the Sky Golem, yeah, they're not going to be able to do both. So overall, I think that's okay. I think the compromise here is fine. As I said, it sucks for people who've just worked up and got their Water Strider, but Water Strider has been available since Mr. Pandaria, so if you've had it since then, it's had a pretty good run all the way through multiple expansions, and yeah, I think it's time that we did get some other access to Water Walking and finally, you know, give up the Water Strider. It's been good. give it a little pat, but you know, time to put it away. But let me know if you have any cool ideas for things that they could implement with the mount equipment slot, because I really like the idea and think it could go a long way. In terms of obtaining the mount equipment, it seems like they're going to be crafted items from professions, etc. So, you know, you're going to be able to pick them up. Not too expensive. I'd imagine they're going to be fairly cheap and easy to have. And when you equip one, it's permanent for all of your mounts. The only way you can get rid of it is by swapping it in with a new one, and then the old one will be destroyed and gone. So you can only have one active at a time. You've got to kind of equip and pick which one you want for the period. So it might even be that you kind of swap and choose depending on how expensive they are. If I'm running around the Azshara, I might have the anti-daze, and if I'm in a zone like Storm Song or Tiragard, I might go for the Waterwalking. It depends on how expensive they are. But yeah, sounds cool to me, looks good, and I'm really looking forward to what else we can see on the PTR. So look out for more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.